Good morning. Welcome to Morning Special. 여러분 안녕하세요. 2월 5일 수요일 최수진의 Morning Special입니다. In desperate times, desperate measures. That seems to be the case these days when anything and everything that can be done to fight off a deadly virus is being considered and is becoming the reality. Well, such is the case of a young Korean innovator who came up with an app that alerts users of places that were exposed to the coronavirus. 금요일 오후 8시 개발을 시작했고요. 토요일 오후 8시쯤 사이트를 공개하고 알리기 시작했어요. 대학생 김준태 씨의 말입니다. 친구들과 함께 코로나 알림이 사이트를 하루 만에 개발했다고 하는데요. 코로나 알림이는 신종 코로나 바이러스 감염증 확진자가 다녀간 주변 장소와 진료기관의 위치를 지도에 표시해주는 무료 서비스입니다. 이 서비스는 공개된 지 얼마 되지 않았지만 벌써 이용자가 폭발적으로 늘었다고 합니다. 함께 개발에 참여한 최주원 씨는 생각보다 너무 많은 관심과 도움을 받고 있어서 4명 다 얼떨떨한 상태라며 많은 분이 관심을 주셔서 어깨가 무겁다고 말했다고 합니다. Well, this is certainly a perfect example of necessity being the mother of an invention. And with that in mind, here's a quiz question. A person who introduces new ideas, methods, or products is known as this. 1번, an innovator. 2번, a distributor. 3번, an elevator. 청취자 여러분의 많은 참여 기다리고 있습니다. 퀴즈 정답 보내주신 분들 중에 추첨을 통해서 총 5분께 고칼슘 쌀룬 두유 보내드리겠습니다. 여러분의 소식과 소감 그리고 방송 중 궁금한 질문 있으시면 보내주시고요. 반디 게시판 무료로 이용할 수 있습니다. 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045로도 보내주시면 되겠습니다. Okay, then let's kick off today's show with today's global headlines. 세계 각국 언론사들의 어떤 헤드라인이 올라왔는지 살펴보는 시간입니다. Touch Global Headlines.
According to Chinese authorities, 80% of those who died from the novel coronavirus across China were over the age of 60, while 2/3 of them were male.
중국에서 신종 코로나 바이러스 감염증으로 사망한 사람 가운데 80%는 60세 이상이고 3분의 2가 남성인 것으로 집계됐습니다.
While Hong Kong reported its first coronavirus-related death, Chief Executive Carrie Lam has ordered government officials not to wear masks.
홍콩에서 신종 코로나 확진 환자가 처음으로 사망한 가운데 캐리 람 홍콩 행정장관이 공무원들에 대해 마스크 금지령을 내렸습니다.
The Russian government has announced it is preparing a legislation that could have foreigners deported from the country if they test positive for the coronavirus.
러시아가 신종 코로나와 같은 위험한 질병에 걸린 외국인을 추방할 수 있도록 하는 법률안을 마련 중인 것으로 알려졌습니다.
More than a dozen children have died in a stampede at a primary school in western Kenya.
케냐 서부의 한 초등학교에서 수십여 명의 학생들이 압사하는 사고가 발생했습니다.
The UK has announced it is planning to end the sale of new diesel and gasoline cars by the year 2035.
2035년부터 영국에서 휘발유 및 경유차 구입이 불가능해집니다. And for these headlines and more, I'm joined by Steve. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's cold, isn't it?
When did winter? I went to bed last night, and it was supposed to be the first day of spring.
That's right.
And then I woke up this morning and it was definitely not the first day of spring.
Yeah, it's ironic, isn't it? The onset of spring has actually made the temperature feel colder for some reason.
My goodness. Minus 10 this morning is what my
Was-
car, that's
was
what
it
the
that
car
cold?
said.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
It was, did you not notice when you came out of the house this morning?
No, I didn't.
Oh my. Oh, you park underground.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay. You park underground and then you drove here and then you parked underground again. You haven't been outside yet. You've been awake for a few hours. Well, I have been outside, and trust me, it is freezing cold. If you have not left your house yet this morning, I'm not sure about other parts of the country, but I can comment here in Seoul and the northern Gyeonggi region. It is super cold. Please,
is.
please do dress up warmly.
Absolutely. Now, if you're...
At what point do you go outside for the first time in the day? Like 3 p.m.?
That sounds about right. I don't know. I mean, it depends on, well, sometimes I go out in the morning to go to the convenience store before I get in my car. But otherwise, I do park underground.
Parking underground in the wintertime is more competitive than in the summertime.
That's true.
Yeah, because in the summertime, everybody wants those outdoor spots because it's easy to go into the buildings. In the wintertime, it's better for your car and it's better for you to park underground, right?
It is,
Yeah.
it really is. Well, today's opening was about this new app that some students have made. It took them just 24 hours to create an app where they can track where people have been, people confirmed with the coronavirus. So you can see, where they've been and avoid those places.
Track where they've been, you mean around the world, or track
No,
where they've been within?
Korea.
Oh, really?
So the Korean patients who've been confirmed with coronavirus, we hear news reports of them having been to this restaurant and that hospital and blah, 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 blah. But now they've created an app where you can visually see, the spots in Seoul or around Seoul where
Sure.
they've been and, avoid those.
Wonderful that the students are smart enough to develop an app within 24 hours. But
This is what it looks like, apparently.
okay. Just because of the virus was there doesn't mean that it will be there at any given time,
That's
right?
true.
Just keep that in mind, perhaps, when you're
Yeah.
looking at this app, because my first concern was, oh, well, what about local businesses?
Yeah.
They might get hurt when there's not necessarily a good reason to get hurt, but it's just another tool that people can use, right?
Yeah, lots of places have actually shut down temporarily. Duty-free shops, and stores. I think one church even decided temporarily close down as well. So, lots of places are affected.
Yeah, that's happening around the world too. I read an article, I think, that said the Macau casinos are going to be closing for up to 2 weeks. So yeah, happening here in Korea and happening in other places around the world too.
Well, talking about apps, there's an interesting app that caused a bit of trouble in America. We might talk about in our news focus stories.
In Iowa,
In Iowa
for
in
the
just a
caucuses.
short while.
That's right. Maybe, we'll be talking about apps quite a bit in the first hour today.
All right. Well, if you'd like to listen to the headlines again, you can do so by visiting our website. 조금 전에 읽어드린 헤드라인은 모닝 스페셜 홈페이지에서 무료로 다시 들으실 수 있습니다. 많은 이용 바랍니다. Let's go over the headlines.
Headline number 1 on this Wednesday morning. According to Chinese authorities, 80% of those who died from the novel coronavirus across China were over the age of 60, while 2/3 of them were male.
중국에서 신종 코로나 바이러스 감염증으로 사망한 사람 가운데 80%는 60세 이상이고 3분의 2가 남성인 것으로 집계됐습니다.
The very first fatality from China's new virus would come to represent a common set of traits, as it turns out, amongst those or most of those who have died of the disease. He was over the age of 60 and in poor health. Since China has reported the emergence of this new coronavirus in December, the disease has infected more than 20,000 people and killed over 400 people. And so far, 80% of the victims were elderly individuals aged 60 or above, and 75% had pre-existing health conditions such as diabetes. This is according to the National Health Commission. They reported that on Tuesday.
Right. So far, according to the counts I read this morning, 490 have died in China. Around 23,000 have been confirmed with coronavirus. So that's a death rate of about 2%
Yes.
overall. And as you said, of those, a majority are male and over 60.
Yeah, the mortality rate stood at 2.1% to be specific, according to this report, according to the Commission. Much lower than the nearly 10% of those who lost their lives to SARS back in 2002 and 2003. More than 97% of the victims from this new virus were from the central Hubei province, and that's where that market that was selling wild animals was shut down. Wuhan is the epicenter of the epidemic. That's what they believe. And the death rate outside of Hubei is 0.16%, according to officials. And so far, only 2 fatalities have been reported outside of mainland China. A 39-year-old man in Hong Kong who had traveled to Wuhan, and also a Chinese traveler from Wuhan who died in the Philippines.
Right. Most of the deaths, as you mentioned, are still reported from the Wuhan area and the Hubei province. But it's not just because of the virus itself. It's because of the lack of facilities and doctors and medical staff. Because this is a highly populated area and so many people are sick. But because of the lack of treatment, they say that's why the number of deaths is so high in this region.
Hence the building of those 2 hospitals as quickly as they could, right?
네, 그렇습니다. 여전히 중국의 그 후베이성 우한시가 피해가 가장 큽니다. 그리고 사망자 가운데 75%는 기초질환이 있었던 것으로 이렇게 집계가 됐습니다. 뇌혈관 질환이라든지 당뇨병 등등의 질환을 이미 가지고 있었던 것으로 집계가 됐고요. 특히 우한 지역에서 이렇게 사망자가 많이 나온 원인 중에 하나는 중증 환자를 치료할 시설, 병원이 부족했기 때문이다. 이렇게 전문가들은 보고 있습니다.
Very difficult for health officials, too, because health authorities in several cities are screening passengers for fever at airports and railway stations and bus terminals. But not all of those who died after being infected reported a fever before being hospitalized. So they're looking for the fever as kind of maybe the number one thing to check out, but it's not the case for everyone. There was a 66-year-old man surnamed Lao who reported a mainly dry cough, but no fever back in December on the 22nd. By mid-January, he was required to have a ventilator to help him breathe. So they're checking for fevers, but it's not the case 100% of the time.
Right. The silver lining in this story is that we are now hearing cases of people who were initially confirmed with the virus, but now are well and able to go home.
Yes.
And on average, these people were hospitalized for about 9 days. 한 평균 9일 정도 동안 병원에서 치료를 받은 확진자 중에 이제 완치해서 퇴원하는 환자도 나오고 있다고 합니다.
China's National Health Commission reported on Tuesday that there were 632 recoveries nationwide.
All right. But nonetheless, there have been 2 deaths outside of China. One was a Chinese person in the Philippines, and the second is the latest news in Hong Kong.
Yes, Hong Kong, headline number 2. While Hong Kong reported its first coronavirus-related death, Chief Executive Carrie Lam has ordered government officials not to wear masks.
네, 홍콩에서 신종 코로나 확진 환자가 처음으로 사망한 가운데 캐리 람 홍콩 행정장관이 공무원들에 대해 마스크 금지령을 내렸습니다.
The 39-year-old man was from Hong Kong, and he was being treated for the virus in Princess Margaret Hospital, and also had underlying health issues, passed away on Tuesday morning of sudden heart failure. But yes, meanwhile, Hong Kong's leader, Carrie Lam, has ordered government officials not to wear surgical masks except in limited circumstances. Now, that sounds like a strange headline, doesn't
Right.
it? The leader telling people not to wear masks.
Why is that?
Because she's saying it's to save supplies for medical staff who are on the front line of the coronavirus outbreak.
네, 그렇습니다. 홍콩에서 첫 사망자가 나온 가운데 마스크 수요가 급증하고 있어서 홍콩의 행정장관이 꼭 필요한 경우가 아니면은 이제 공무원들의 경우 마스크를 착용하지 말아라. 그 외에 필요한 사람들에게 마스크가 갈 수 있도록 양보해라. 이런 지시를 내렸다고 합니다.
Yeah, there's a surging global demand for these masks. And when Carrie Lam appeared in front of the press on Tuesday, she wasn't wearing a mask for the second day in a row. And she said that her government would slash its use of the masks in response to that demand. But medical experts, they say that the approach was not based on any scientific evidence whatsoever. And she is being criticized for it in some circles. But Lam also said that to protect medical professionals, a new electronic platform holding patients' travel history would be created. So Carrie Lam is taking steps that she thinks is appropriate or her government thinks is appropriate to help those involved.
네, 마스크 수급이 좀 시급한 것 같네요. 예외적으로 몸이 불편한 공무원 아니면 민원인과 접촉을 해야 되는 공무원 그리고 인원 밀집 지역에서 근무하는 공무원은 마스크를 써도 된다. 그 외의 공무원은 마스크를 쓰지 마라. 이런 지시를 내렸다고 하는데 이제 많은 비판을 받고 있습니다. 아무쪼록 마스크가 부족하지 않는 상황이 됐으면 좋겠고요. 앞서 말씀드린 사망자는 39세의 홍콩인이고 치료받던 중에 사망을 했다고 합니다. We'll move on to Russia now, but staying with the coronavirus story.
That's right. The Russian government has announced it is preparing a legislation that could have foreigners deported from the country if they test positive for the coronavirus.
러시아가 신종 코로나와 같은 위험한 질병에 걸린 외국인을 추방할 수 있도록 하는 법률안을 마련 중인 것으로 알려졌습니다.
Newly appointed Prime Minister Mikhail Mishustin said a national plan to prevent the spread of the infection in Russia has been signed. This is a quote from the Prime Minister. It will allow us to deport foreigners if they are diagnosed with this disease and introduce special restrictions, including isolation and quarantine. Those comments were said by the Prime Minister, according to TASS news agency. He also added that Russia has all of the necessary medications, protective means to counter the coronavirus spread.
러시아는 이미 이제 중국인 무비자 관광도 중단을 했고요. 취업 비자도 일시 중단을 했습니다. 국경도 이제 일부 막았고 이제 앞으로는 감염 외국인을 추방하려고 한다. 이런 이제 법률안을 마련 중이다. 이렇게 밝히고 있는데요. 현재까지 러시아에서는 확진자가 2명이라고 합니다. 모두 중국인인 것으로 알려졌습니다.
Yeah, Mishustin signed a decree on Sunday that put this virus in the list of diseases that pose a threat to citizens. Other diseases that are on that list, which was compiled back in 2004, HIV is on that list, malaria, tuberculosis, cholera, and plague. And now the novel coronavirus is on that list as well.
All right. Well, moving on now to Kenya. Let's find out what happened there.
Tragic story. More than a dozen children have died in a stampede at a primary school in western Kenya.
네, 케냐 서부의 한 초등학교에서 수십여 명의 학생들이 압사하는 사고가 발생했습니다.
At least 14 children have died and dozens others have been injured in this stampede at a primary school in Kenya. The police have launched an inquiry into what caused the crowd of students to panic as they were leaving the school in the western town of Kakamega to go home at around 5 p.m. local time on Monday. It's a really strange and tragic story. In the aftermath of the event or what happened, the police cordoned off the school. They blocked the area off, and they took statements from the teaching staff. And then images broadcast by local media showed parents gathering in front of the emergency ward at a hospital in the town, waiting for news on their children. But what they're reporting is that there were beatings by the teachers,
Right.
and that's why some of the students, or many of the students, or all of the students,
Right.
were running away and ended up trampling each other. This is a quote from one mother in an interview with local media. She said those who survived said that they were running because there were teachers who were beating them, and that is why they were escaping and fell on each other.
Corporal punishment is banned in Kenya, and some students are saying they were running for their lives. So, we're not sure how bad the beating was. It shouldn't have happened at all in the first place, obviously. And we're talking about kids between the age of 10 and 12, very young children. About 39 of them are currently being treated at a nearby hospital, and 13 have died.
It is banned in Kenya.
Or 14 rather, excuse me.
It is banned in Kenya, and of course, this should never happen. But it's still, I mean, if we're thinking about a student being beaten by a teacher in a classroom, this was the entire school that was running.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that there will be more details that come out later. But on the surface, it doesn't seem to match up very well, does it? That maybe one or two students, but yet the whole school is running. There were students trying to get out windows on a second floor.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't seem to add up, but we will get more details, I'm sure. But you're right, 14 students killed, 50 injured, and two of those were in an intensive care unit.
네, 학생들의 증언에 따르면은 선생님의 체벌을 피하려다가 이렇게 넘어져서 다쳤다라고 했는데요. 이게 한두 명의 학생이 아니라 수십 명이 동시에 이때 시간이 한 오후 5시쯤이었다고 합니다. 그때 동시에 뛰어나오면서 압살을 해서 최소 14명이 사망을 했다라는 굉장히 안타까운 소식이고 한 40명 정도가 지금 병원에서 치료를 받고 있다고 합니다. 경찰은 수사에 착수했다고 전했습니다. Let's go on to our final story.
Headline number 5 this morning. The UK has announced it is planning to end the sale of new diesel and gasoline cars by the year 2035.
2035년부터 영국에서 휘발유 및 경유차 구입이 불가능해집니다.
So these plans were announced on Tuesday, and they are subject to consultation, and they include hybrid vehicles as well. But UK authorities had previously said the sale of new petrol or gasoline and diesel vans and cars would end by 2040. But Grant Shapps, who is the UK's Transport Secretary, said that the government's $1.95 billion plan or strategy to make owning an electric vehicle as easy as possible was working, claiming that in 2019, a fully electric car was sold every 15 minutes.
Wow. We only have 15 years left until 2035. And until then, they're going to have to somehow get rid of all of the current vehicles that are purely diesel and gasoline.
Yeah. If you look at the numbers, though, according to 2019 and 2018, there is a growing trend in the UK in terms of battery-operated vehicles. The registrations in the UK grew to 37,850 in 2019, according to recent figures from the Society of Motor Manufacturers and Traders. That's an increase of 144% compared to 2018, when 15,510 were registered. So there is a massive increase in terms of the market share of battery electric vehicles in the country.
와우. 환경을 위한 어떤 조치라고 보시면 될 것 같습니다. 당초에는 2040년부터 이제 휘발유차와 경유차를 구입할 수 없게 될 것이다. 이렇게 계획을 세웠었는데요. 그리고 5년 앞당겨서 2035년부터는 이제 순수 휘발유차, 경유차는 구입할 수 없게 되고요. 어쩌면 이제 하이브리드 차도 금지 대상이 될 수도 있다. 이런 얘기를 하고 있습니다. 조금 더 친환경적인 차량만 운행을 하겠다. 이런 뜻이 되겠습니다.
Yeah, a huge increase in the number of electric vehicles, but still a super small market share. Still 1.6%. Diesel cars share 25.2%, and gasoline cars 64.8%. So there's a lot of work to be done before they reach their goal.
Absolutely. Well, those were our headlines for today. Let's remind our listeners of the quiz.
A person who introduces new ideas, methods, or products is known as an blank. Is it number 1, innovator, number 2, distributor, or number 3, elevator?
네, 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045로 보내주시고요. 반디 게시판 무료로 이용하실 수 있습니다. 추첨을 통해서 총 5분께 고칼슘 쌀룬두유 보내드리겠습니다. Billy Idol의 Eyes Without a Face 듣고 와서 여러분의 사연과 뉴스 포커스 살펴볼게요. You're listening to Morning Special on this Hump Day Wednesday. Welcome to the show if you've just joined us. 3958님이요. Good morning. 여기는 대구입니다. 대구도 너무 추워요. 영하 2도예요. 출근 중인데 코가 시려요 하셨습니다.
Stay in Daegu. Don't come up here.
It's colder here.
It's minus 10 where we are.
It really is
Yeah.
cold. 이혜정님 많이 추운지 오랜만에 창문에 김이 서렸어요 라고 하셨습니다. My windows were all frosty this morning, says 이혜정님.
My side mirror wouldn't open properly. It
way.
was frozen in place. Yeah.
Really? 정말 오늘 좀 춥습니다. 오늘 아직 전이신 분들, 외출 전이신 분들은 옷 따뜻하게 입고 나서시면 좋겠습니다.
What do you call that in Korean, by the way? The
What?
side mirror on the car?
그냥 우리도 사이드 미러라고 하는 것 같은데요.
네, 알겠습니다.
네. I love it when we have these same expressions.
I know.
강경숙님 반갑습니다. 딸아이가 등교 준비하다가 최수진 쌤, 스티브 쌤 궁금하다고 해서 보이는 라디오로 같이 보고 있어요. 항상 잘 듣고 있습니다. 고맙습니다. 하셨어요. My daughter suddenly said she wanted to know what we looked like. So yeah. Now you know.
Hello.
Hello.
Here we are.
남현정 님이요. 캐나다는 더 추운 날이 많겠죠? 캐나다 계실 때 제일 추울 때가 어느 정도였는지 궁금해요. What was the coldest you ever experienced in Canada?
I am currently searching the weather in Tatamagouche right now, but while I search for that, I will tell you that it would have been minus 32, minus 33.
What?
Yeah.
영하 30도 정도의 날씨를 보통 겨울에 겪으셨다고.
Yeah. That's not normal, but it can get that cold.
What does that feel like?
It's not pleasant.
Wow.
I can tell you that.
But you get used to the climate here as well, though, don't
Well,
you? 'Cause-
see, people say that, right? Oh, you're from Canada, so if I say, "Oh, I'm cold," they say, "Oh, but you're from Canada." Almost like you like it, don't you?
Right.
I always say that's like saying to a Korean high school student, "Oh, the CSAT." You love it, right? You have it, so you must like it. Yeah, we don't like the cold, but yeah, we live in the cold. It's only 0 degrees in Tatamagouche right now, by
Okay.
the way, so it's warmer there than it is here. But yeah, Halifax, though, Halifax is different because the temperature might only be like minus 12, minus 14, something like that. Just a little colder than here right now.
Yep.
But it's on the ocean.
Oh,
So the wind
wind.
coming from the ocean is brutal.
아, 그렇군요. 기온도 기온이지만 이제 바람이 불게 되면은 체감 온도는 훨씬 더 춥다 이런 얘기를 하시네요.
That wind cuts through you like a knife, for
Yeah.
sure.
네. 자, 강성원 님은요. 오늘 엄청 춥다는데 모스 가족들 따뜻한 하루 되세요. 하루빨리 코로나 바이러스가 해결되면 좋겠네요. 하셨습니다. 네, 그렇습니다. 모두 따뜻한 하루 보내시고 마스크 오늘도 꼭 착용하시길 바라겠습니다. Well, keep sending in your messages and greetings. We have 5 고칼슘 쌀룬두유s for you in the first hour. Let's now take a look at our first news focus story, and it is coronavirus related. 자, 첫 번째 뉴스 포커스입니다. 세계 최대 제조 공장인 중국 경제가 신종 코로나 감염증 확산으로 삐그덕거리면서 글로벌 부품 공급망이 흔들리고 있습니다. 이에 중국산 부품을 쓰거나 중국에 생산 기지가 있는 기업들의 타격도 속속 현실화하고 있는데요. Let's listen to the story.
After 4 decades of growing integration with the rest of the world, China almost overnight has become an economic island. Its temporary isolation will hurt companies that depend on Chinese inputs as well as those that sell to Chinese customers. Some of the United States' best-known manufacturers, such as General Electric, Caterpillar, and many smaller American businesses depend on what is made in Chinese factories. Now they confront life without those items, as major airlines in the United States and Europe are halting their cargo and passenger flights to China for up to 2 months.
And they say that if this goes on for more than a month, it will directly impact Korea as well, because there are certain parts that can only be made manually. Certain parts in cars, for example, or electrical devices, and those are mostly made in China. It's not a huge part, but it will definitely affect the economy here.
And it does make sense because China is one of the biggest economies in the world.
Yeah.
And if it's going through a horrible time as it is right now, and probably will continue to be in that way for the next little while, it has to affect the rest of the world, right? It just makes sense. But that's what they say, that China almost overnight has become an economic island. This is a really good expression, overnight. Now, of course, we can use this to mean from the nighttime into the next day, right? But this is used in more of a metaphorical sense to mean something that happens very quickly. I'll give you a couple of sentence examples. If you want to lose a lot of weight, it can't happen overnight.
Right.
And it doesn't mean that it cannot happen from one night to the next day. The expression means it cannot happen very quickly. I'll give you another example. If you want to learn English or any language, it doesn't happen overnight. You have to study consistently for a long time.
Right. 그 뭐 첫술에 배부르랴 뭐 이런 거랑 좀 비슷한 것 같아요. 하룻밤새라는 뜻의 overnight가 여기서 쓰였는데 영어 속담 중에 뭐 something can't happen overnight 그러면은 하룻밤 사이에 그렇게 빨리 결과가 나타나지 않는다라는 뜻이고 이 기사에서는 지금 코로나 바이러스로 인해서 중국 간의 어떤 뭐 왕래라든지 거래라든지 이런 것들이 일시적으로 지금 다 중단이 된 상태입니다. 그래서 갑자기 중국이 외딴 섬처럼 돼버렸다. 이런 의미로 보시면 되겠습니다.
Those two sentence examples I gave you were negative, right? Negative sentence examples. If you want to lose weight, it can't happen overnight, or you can't do it overnight. If you want to learn a language, it doesn't happen overnight. But you can use it in the positive.
Yeah.
How about this? An overnight success.
Oh, yes.
Right? That's when someone or something wasn't popular before, but just boom, suddenly they are very successful or they are a star.
맞아요. 하룻밤새. 진짜 이게 하룻밤이 아니어도 되지만 갑자기 뭐 인기를 끈다든지 뭔가 이렇게 급부상했을 때도 overnight라는 표현 쓸 수 있습니다.
I think the example that comes to mind for me is Paul Potts.
Oh, yeah.
You know Paul Potts,
Of course, the
right?
singer.
Yeah, so he was selling cellular phones, and then all of a sudden he was an international star.
Yeah.
He was an overnight success.
And I think here in Korea, I don't know if you've heard of Yang Junil recently. He has become an overnight sensation.
Ah, the singer from the 1990s?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. He
Yeah.
has blown up huge. I would love to meet him myself. But yeah, that's a good example of an overnight success. I
Overnight
suppose.
success,
Yeah.
yeah. He is an overnight success. So we can use it in the negative or we can use it in the positive. And they say, too, that China's temporary isolation will hurt hurt companies that depend on Chinese input. Isolation, it means that you are away from everyone else. We can talk about locations with this as well. For example, you can live in an isolated area. Maybe if you go out to a cabin in the woods,
Yeah.
those are often in isolated areas, meaning there's no restaurants, there's no coffee shops, there's no other homes around there. You are all by yourself.
네, 여기서 isolation은 고립 상태를 말합니다. 이렇게 일시적으로나마 중국이 갑자기 고립된 이런 상황이다 보니 중국에 중국에 의지하고 있었던 많은 그런 제조업체들 생산 기지가 있는 기업이라든지 뭐 부품을 쓰는 기업이라든지 모두가 타격을 입고 있다. 이렇게 보시면 되겠습니다. Okay, now let's move on to our second news focus story. 자, 그러면 두 번째 뉴스 포커스로 가보겠습니다. 인도네시아가 신종 코로나 바이러스 감염증 예방을 위해 중국산 식음료 일부 품목 수입 일시 중단을 검토하고 있다고 하는데요. Let's listen to the story.
The Indonesian government will temporarily halt the flow of food staple imports from China following the spread of the coronavirus. The import halt aligns with the call to stop the free visa policy for Chinese tourists. Trade Minister Agus Suparmanto said that he was determined to protect Indonesia's 260 million population from falling victim to the virus. He assured that the import halt would only be temporary, pending developments about the coronavirus's spread in China. Yes, businesses must face this fact, as this is the actual situation we are facing.
네, 신종 코로나 확산 방지를 위한 여러 가지 움직임이 있습니다만 그 중에서 이제 두 번째 뉴스를 그것은 인도네시아에서는요. 이제 중국의 뭐 음식이라든지 음료수라든지 이런 것들을 일시적으로 수입하지 않겠다. 이런 내용의 그런 안을 검토하고 있다고 합니다.
Yeah, and then we just talked about China's economy and how it's being affected, right? And how other countries are being affected. And here is another example of that. But this could only be temporary.
Sure.
Pardon me, as they are waiting for developments from the coronavirus spread in China. And that's what pending means. So this import ban is temporary, pending the coronavirus's results. So they're waiting for a decision, they're waiting for a settlement, or they're waiting for an outcome, and that's why we use the word pending.
뭔가 이제 미결 상태일 때 pending이라는 단어를 붙일 수가 있는데요. 여기서 말하는 것은 코로나 바이러스에 대한 앞으로의 뭐 결과라든지 그런 방향을 우리가 아직은 모르지 않습니까? 그래서 미결이다 아니면 아직은 우리가 모른다라는 의미로 해석을 할 수 있겠고 그렇기 때문에 수입을 뭐 완전히 중단한다는 게 아니라 지금 상황에서만 일시 수입 중단을 좀 했다가 상황이 나아지면은 다시 수입을 할 것을 검토 중이다 이렇게 보시면 되겠습니다.
Yeah, but it's waiting for something. It's not just waiting. So you can say I'm waiting, but you would not say I'm pending.
아,
Right?
Yeah,
So you're waiting for a decision or an outcome of something to determine something else. Just one more quick sentence example. If you watch dramas, police dramas, or even news reports about criminals, you might hear this sentence. He is in jail pending trial.
아하. 그러니까 여기서는 이제 trial 그러면 어떤 뭐 재판을 받다라는 뜻인데 재판을 기다리고 있다라는 의미에서 pending trial 이렇게 표현을 하시면 되겠습니다.
Exactly. And the quote from the trade minister was, yes, businesses must face this fact as this is the actual situation we are in. So if you want to say facing facts in a simple way, you would say accepting reality. When you face a fact, you have to accept the reality of the situation. I love baseball. I would love to be the New York Yankees shortstop. But I have to face facts. I'm old and I'm not a professional baseball player. That is never going to happen. I have to accept the reality of the situation.
네, 사실을 직면해야 된다 이런 의미로 face the facts라고 하는데요. 여기서는 이제 여러 비즈니스들, 사업들이 이렇게 뭐 사실 수입을 중단하게 되면은 타격을 입는 또 사업이 많겠죠. 근데 현실을 직면해야 된다, 사실을 직면해야 된다 이런 의미로 봐야겠습니다.
If your girlfriend broke up with you and you are chatting with your friend and you say to your friend, no, she's going to come back to me. I know she is. And your friend says, dude, I just saw her with another guy last night. You have to face facts. She's not coming back. You have to accept the reality of the situation.
현실을 받아들여 이런 뜻이군요. Okay. Well, we have to face the facts. It's time for us to remind our listeners of the quiz.
A person who introduces new ideas, methods, or products is known as a or an. Number 1, innovator. Number 2, distributor. Or number 3, elevator.
네, 총 5분께 고칼슘 쌀룬 두유 보내드리겠습니다. 정답 계속해서 보내주세요. 자, 이번에는 메간 트레이너의 Dear Future Husband 듣고 오도록 하겠습니다. 다음 뉴스 포커스 살펴보도록 하겠습니다. 미국으로 가볼게요. 미국 공화당의 대선 경선 첫 관문인 아이오와주 당원 대회에서 도널드 트럼프 미 대통령이 개표 초반에 압도적 승리를 확정지었습니다. 예상대로 싱거운 승부로 끝난 것이라고 하는데요. Let's listen to the story.
President Donald Trump has coasted to victory in the 2020 Iowa Republican caucuses, quickly quashing his two lesser-known GOP rivals. Trump won the Republican contest with 97% of the vote and 8% of precincts reporting, while former Illinois Republican Joe Walsh achieved 1.4% of voters, and former Massachusetts Governor Bill Weld garnered 1.2%. The president's first-place finish also came as the initial entrance polls from the Democratic caucuses showed a neck-and-neck competition among the party's four top-tier candidates, Joe Biden, Pete Buttigieg, Bernie Sanders, and Elizabeth Warren.
네, 미국에서 이제 첫 번째 경선이 진행이 됐습니다. The first caucus in Iowa, they say sometimes it can be a bit of a barometer. In the case of the Republican Party, it's just, one person, basically Trump, who very easily won the spot.
Very much so. But the biggest story from the Iowa caucuses is not the Republican victory for President Trump.
No.
It's the debacle that is happening on the Democratic side.
What happened?
So the Democratic Party, apparently they wanted to be hip and trendy and modern with their voting process. So they had the people in charge install these apps, the people in charge of reporting the voting, right? So after people voted, then the people in charge of counting those votes, they were supposed to report this through this app.
Right.
But there were problems with the app, so much so that there was a glitch and they couldn't report the numbers. So there's what's the number? 17,000 precincts? Or is it even higher than that in Iowa?
I don't remember. Yeah, a lot, yeah.
It could be 170,000. I'll have to look at that again. Anyway, so they're trying to report these numbers through the app, but they couldn't do it. So they tried to pick up the telephone. But when you have all of these precincts trying to report numbers at the same time, they couldn't use the telephone either. And as of right now, it's been a full day almost, and we're still waiting for the Democratic results from the caucuses in Iowa.
네, 그렇습니다. 미국 대선은 이제 11월에 치러지는데요. 공화당에서 한 명의 후보, 또 이제 민주당에서 한 명의 후보가 나와야 됩니다. 그 이제 첫 과정이라고 보시면 되는데, 공화당에서는 트럼프가 사실상 거의 유일한 후보였다라는 얘기가 예전부터 있었습니다만 지금 이 뉴스 포커스에 나오는 것처럼 다른 후보들도 있었지만 제치고 공화당의 후보가 됐고요. 민주당에서는 여전히 우리가 잘 모릅니다. 누가 이제 유일한 후보가 될지. 그런데 문제가 생겼어요. 어제 아이오와 굉장히 넓은 지역인데 여기서 경선을 치르고 나서 앱을 통해서 각 지역의 집계를 합산을 하려고 했는데 앱이 고장이 났습니다. 그러다 보니까 이제 직접 그 매뉴얼리 수작업으로 표를 세야 하는 그런 일이 좀 벌어져서 벌써 한 24시간 가까이 됐죠? 아직까지도 결과가 나오지 않았다고 하고 중간 그 결과라고 해야 될까요? 부티지지가 일단은 지금 아이오와 경선에서 1위를 하고 있는 것으로 보여집니다만 아직은 최종 결과가 나오지 않았어요.
Still have to wait. Yeah, that's right. But it is a neck-and-neck race. So let's start with that expression. A neck-and-neck race, I assume, comes from horse racing.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because two horses, when they are racing, the thing out in front is their head, of course, but that is followed by their neck. So if two horses are very close in the race, then we say they are neck and neck because their two necks would be right next to each other. But we use this expression to mean a race that is very, very, very close.
네, 막상막하 이걸 영어로는 neck and neck라고 합니다. 그 경주에서 이제 말들이 누가 목을 먼저 이렇게 내미느냐 거기서 이 표현이 나왔다고 해요. 막상막하 neck and neck.
Yeah, that's right. And Trump, as we said in the opening of this article, he coasted to victory.
Oh, yeah.
So when you coast to victory, well, coasting means moving very casually with no rush, right? So if you coast to victory, it means that it's not a close race at all.
Right.
It's not like you're rushing to get to the finish line, you're trying your hardest. No, the victory was a landslide victory.
Sure.
And when it's a landslide victory, the victor coasts to that victory.
아, 그렇군요. coast to victory 그러면은 의미적으로는 이제 압도적으로 승리를 했다 이런 뜻인데 coast는 굉장히 유유하게 여유 있게 승리했다 이렇게 보시면 되겠습니다. 실제로 트럼프 외의 공화당 후보들을 보면은 뭐 1%대의 지지율밖에 받지 못했고요. 트럼프는 97%의 지지를 받았기 때문에 뭐 네, 두말하면 잔소리겠죠. Alright, well that was our third news focus story. What is the answer to the quiz?
The answer to the quiz today is well, the question was a person who introduces new ideas, methods, or products is known as a or an. Number one, innovator. Number two, distributor. Number three, elevator. Someone who has new ideas, that person is an innovator.
네, 1번이 정답이 되겠습니다. Congratulations, 김정림님, 전경진님, 백영주님, 그리고 3958님, 6363님, 고칼슘 쌀룬 두유 보내드리겠습니다. Steve, what is the expression of the day?
Let's do the weather-related terms since it's so close today. I said that in Halifax, Nova Scotia, the wind from the ocean cuts through you like a knife. It's an expression that means it implies no matter what you are wearing, and this is true in Halifax when it's super cold, doesn't matter what you're wearing, hat, scarf, mittens, nice warm coat, doesn't matter. That wind goes through you like a knife. So imagine a knife going through butter. It's very easy, right?
Right.
There's no resistance from the butter. You are the butter,
Yeah.
and the wind is the knife.
I see.
Yeah.
There's actually a noun form of this kind of expression in Korean called 칼바람.
Oh, really?
So that would be sort of like knife wind.
Yeah.
And this is used in this situation when it's really cold.
It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
칼바람이 불 때 the wind cuts through you like a knife 이렇게 표현할 수 있습니다.
Yes, exactly. Hopefully, we won't have to use that expression again this year.
I hope not. All right. Well, thank you so much, Steve.
Thank you very much for having me. Stay warm today, everybody, and I'll be back again tomorrow.
네, 스티브 선생님 보내드리면서 노래 노래 듣기 전에 사연 하나 더 소개하겠습니다. 진형지님의 사연입니다. 스티브 선생님의 팬이라고 하면서 사연을 보내주셨어요. 두 아이와 러시아에서 지내다가 한국에 돌아왔습니다. 영하 30도에 길거리에 나갔는데 물과 이유식은 다 얼고 아기띠 안에 말도 못하던 둘째 아이가 갑자기 울음을 터뜨렸던 생각이 납니다. 그 아이들이 커서 이제는 아침마다 모닝 스페셜을 듣고요. 러시아 소식에 굉장히 반가워하네요. 스티 선생님 오래전부터 팬이었어요 하셨습니다. 네. 선생님 나가시기 전에 이렇게 감사의 말씀도 전해주셨습니다. 진형지님 감사합니다. 자, Bad Company의 Can't Get Enough 듣고 와서 저는 2부에 돌아올게요.